In the early 1950s, jeepneys began making their rounds in Manila to solve post-war public transportation. Until now, it is still the most popular and widely used means of land transport. Jeepneys are being slowly modernized in the Philippines. It aims to redesign almost everything to solve road accidents, air pollution, passenger discomfort, public safety, and more. Nevertheless, the crucial part is that the payment process is not improving. First, slow, asks repetitive questions, and prone to mistakes. There is a maximum capacity of 20 to 25 passengers each jeepney, and each of them needs to shout or yell to call the driver or conductor's attention when paying a fare. They need to tell where they get on board and where they are going. Sometimes, the conductor cannot hear the passenger due to an outdoor or engine noise, causing the computation incorrect during the payment transaction process, resulting in an income decrease to the driver or extra charge of fare to the passenger. Second, it cannot give an exact amount of change. Discount can be computed as 20% less than the ordinary rate. A discounted fare rate of 12 pesos is 9 and 60 centavos. Often, a passenger will pay 10 pesos and will not receive a change of 40 centavos. Ordinary passengers may not experience this problem, but indeed, discount-privileged passengers often experience that. Discountable passengers are categorized as students, senior citizens, and disabled persons with special needs, but they are not thoroughly enjoying the privilege. Third, imposing a new fare rate can be confusing to the passengers. Fare rate changes depending on the frequency of petrol hikes. Usually, if the fare rate increases, it will be broadcasted on national television, but the drivers are not uniformed in imposing this new rate, which confuses passengers. Furthermore, some passengers still do not know this until it is imposed, causing an argument to start between the conductor and passenger, resulting in an on-and-on discussion from one passenger to another. Fourth, complaints get disregarded at times. There is some points that passengers complain for a reason. They may be charged extra, discount not honored, and many more. Nevertheless, there are times that jeepney drivers disregard these complaints as if nothing is wrong. There is no proof like a ticket or receipt that can help them to pursue a complaint. Fifth, drivers lack a record of their daily collection. Keeping a record in any business or payment process is very important, as this will be the basis of their profits. Were they gaining or losing? It can also help them request a fare rate increase if they think they are not getting enough profit. It can be handy in many ways. Sixth, but not the least, drivers and passengers are exposed to a high risk of virus breakout. Jeepney is widely used in public transport. In pandemics such as COVID-19, many people can fasten the spread of the virus by paying and receiving fare payment or simply asking to pass the payment to the conductor. So, it is vital to have an automated fare collection system in jeepneys to break the traditional payment system and experience an efficient, functional, user-friendly system that can help the everyday lives of billions of passengers and drivers. Now, along with this transition, if the contactless fare payment system is fully implemented, people can go cashless, save more money, experience real quality travel, and more. So, the proponents undertook the study to address the problems mentioned. Rapid application development methodology was used to create a contactless fare payment solution in this development. It has 4 phases, namely requirements planning, user design, construction, and cutover. During first phase, information was gathered through related works, commuters, drivers, and other stakeholders. Problems mentioned earlier were found and requirements have been defined, such as hardware, software, technicals, and more. During Phase 2, an iteration of the process is subdivided into prototype, tests, and refine, until the system's requirement is satisfied. The main areas to which the system is tested are the following: devices network connectivity, information security, payment collection, transaction efficiency, power consumption requirement, layers of the payment process, fare rate update, fund transfer, and real-time transaction history. During Phase 3, a more rigorous and refined development was implemented to improve the project. After a series of alpha testing from previous phases and evaluations from select passengers and drivers, a plan to conduct beta testing and deployment was laid out. It is planned to attach the device to a stainless steel bar at the passenger entrance. The methodology's last phase is to apply the final touches and be ready for the product's sustainability while keeping attached feedback from commuters and drivers for further improvement. As per interpretation of the data from the evaluation from passengers and drivers combined, contactless fare payment for modern jeepneys received an average of 4.56 for functionality, 4.41 for reliability, 4.60 for usability, 4.42 for maintainability, 4.46 for portability, 4.79 for workability, 4.67 for safety, and 4.58 for training and documentation, giving an overall median of 4.56, which means an excellent descriptive rating. Therefore, the researchers concluded that the system had met the objectives of this study. A demo of the product will be played on the next slide. See ya! We have two devices, one of which is for the driver that accepts fare payment through tapping a card, and the other one is for the store that can read and send out information to the store's website or interface for processing cash in or cash out. We have three card types: ordinary, driver, and then discount. Ordinary card holders are not eligible for discount. Discount card holders are the ones eligible. Driver card holders are the ones bounded to a Jeep card device to accept fare payments. We have four types of website users, namely admin, store, passenger, and driver. Admin has the maximum privilege. It could be the company or the manufacturer. On the other hand, the store is assumed to be a Jeep card store in jeepney terminals that can read a card to process cash in or cash out. A store may also verify if a passenger is discount eligible and may check if a student, PWD, or senior citizen has already bought a discount card, as they can only buy once. Ordinary and driver card holders have the same privilege even though the driver has an additional tool. They still have the common features as they can check their account online, monitor transactions, as well as transfer money. So let's proceed with the system flow. For a card to be sold in store, the admin needs to register a card and put in an initial amount of 100 pesos. This card is not registered yet. It says card error. Now, all we need to do is for the admin or the manufacturer to register this card. Let me get to it. So I'm gonna scan this card to the store's device. It will then be read at the add card form from the admin's interface, and then will generate an account number. Let's say this is a discount card. So card has been saved. After the card has been saved, we should put an initial amount of 100 pesos. For a card to be sold in store, the admin needs to register a card and put it in initial amount of 100 pesos. Then, the card can be sold for 150 pesos from the store. The passenger who bought an ordinary card may use the card immediately to pay a fare in a jeepney, but he cannot monitor his transactions online unless he registers the card at the Jeep card website. However, buying a discount card is different from an ordinary card. Eligible discount passengers need to present their student, PWD, or senior citizen ID for verification. The store will look up for records to check that you're purchasing a discount card for the first time. If it is, the store will let you purchase one and bind that discount card to your ID. After that, you may use the card immediately to pay a fare in a jeepney, but you cannot monitor transactions online unless you register the card at the Jeep card website. On the other hand, drivers may buy a Jeep card device with a driver card. He needs to register online so that he can set the destination before collecting fare payments. As I mentioned earlier, registering a card online is optional for ordinary and discount card holders. You can still use the card even if you didn't register. Let me try to use an unregistered card if it can pay a fare.
Payment successful. Discount applied.
Yes, it worked. However, if you wish to register your card, here's how it goes. Go to jeepcard.net. Click on the plus icon found at the top of the sign-in section. When hovering, it says register. Make sure you fill out your Jeep card account number found in your card and should see the ready for registration below the account number field. Then, fill in the required information on the registration form and hit enter, or click the right arrow icon, which when hover, it says register to submit the form. Your registration will be pending until you verify your email address by clicking the link Verify Now at the Jeep card email has sent you. Once done, you can now sign in. Signing in at Jeep card was very easy. Go to jeepcard.net, fill in your email or account number and password, and hit enter, or click the right arrow icon. When hover, it says sign in. You can now manage your account anytime, anywhere. On the Jeep card website, you may transfer money through QR technology, lock or unlock your card anytime to freeze your account for the moment. Monitor transaction history. Let me consume out the balance of this card.
Payment successful. Payment successful. Payment successful. Payment successful. Payment successful. Payment successful. Payment successful.
Alright, so it says insufficient balance. Once consumed your Jeep card balance, you may cash in at Jeep card store. Go to physical Jeep card store. The store will tap your Jeep card and process the cash in request with a minimum of 100 pesos only. You may be wondering how to cash out from Jeep card store. All you need to do is bring a valid ID for verification and your Jeep card. Please be reminded that only the driver can enjoy the cash out feature. He can cash out without the remaining balance limit. You just need to go to physical Jeep card store and then ask for cash out. The store will tap your Jeep card and will verify the name and the card details, matching it to your valid ID presented. Once everything is alright, the cash out process will be made. Thank you for watching this demo until the end. When you say contactless for your payment, it's Jeep card.